Hello, America. Hello, world. This is your next Vice President, Reverend Dr. CHAMPvinchi. Oh, yeah. Nicholas Lee Sutton, and I'm coming to you with part 88. In cars, we've been talking about gambling with Kenny Rogers passing, with a gambler as the president right now, with all the cool things that we have going on that have to do with gambling. So in blackjack, there are times that you split and you take your money and you divide it. It's kind of like what a bear market does. It pushes everything down, you take your money, you divide it, and then you try to grow 2 stacks back up. It's like a splitting of stocks kind of a deal. And you do it on aces and eights. And this is part 88. And this one is to pump you up. Forever and ever, we've been chasing the death birds over and over again. I've been talking about this. It's the reason I promised 102 of these videos to give us a head start in a different direction in 2020. Want new vision? How about hearing? How about listening? How about following? See how you're doing on that later in the video. But right now, in part 88, what we have, we keep chasing the death bird. We keep chasing the death bird. We're like, well, look at Henry over there. Henry's looking sick. Stay away from that guy. And then we're like, oh my God, the whole world's sick, because we dialed into one statistic out of all the statistics everywhere. You know, there's a lot else going on this planet than just coronavirus. Why is that the only topic being covered? Why is that the only topic being covered? Who cares why? Because that's what the bird death chasers of AD, the all damned, the ones that don't, even especially the Christians that lead the world right now, they're awesome, amazing, most powerful. They've gotten everybody to look at Jesus, but we haven't dialed into how to turn that around in the opposite direction. The exact same thing goes on with the American people. Although our country has been set free from the British monarchies and things like this, all of the ties are still to all of these other countries. And the American people and the money that we earn and the money that is for the American people is not being spent on us. So economic plans, ways to hammer down and nearly rid ourselves of racism or the racism, all these things that we're waiting too late to die. Like, whose fault is it that nobody has the elderly of this generation prepared to be ready for that? Whose fault is that? It's y'all's fault. It's y'all's fault. All the leaders coming through. Now, y'all have done the most, you're the best leaders the planet's ever seen in each different time period that we've had. Hallelujah, I salute you, great job. And you know, hindsight is 2020. And so that way, since it's 2020, it's time to look back and say, y'all did great here, but we missed a few places. We missed. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at you guys going, and remember, lots of different parts of my brain are working from LIT, Life Improving Technologies, because we can very easily rid ourselves of the distractions of unhealthy systems, but only if we do just that. Coming up, stay tuned. So we keep chasing the death birds back, like we're like, oh, life's good, we ain't gotta worry about anything, man. I'll have a whole tub of popcorn today. And who doesn't love popcorn? Now you can't even go to the movies because we ate too much popcorn and now our systems are too blah blah, and anything can get in and just kill us at any point in time. The statistics are still showing, with all of this going on, that healthy people are doing just fine. Hundreds of thousands of people that it's gone right through, and they're okay, fully recovered. So are we really up against a pandemic, against a virus? No. That's what the target is being pointed on, which is the current state of being and mindset that we've been taught. It's time to evolutionize our vision and how we look at human health. That way is stupid, because you're just waiting on a system. That's like driving a car down the road and never checking when your gas is falling out. That's like air going out on your tire and just being like, we'll throw an additive in the fuel tank. We won't feel it because we'll be going so fast. It makes no sense. You do not wait to prepare yourself once you're into a car crash. No, you look ahead of yourself and you're like, maybe I should pump the brakes on that. Maybe I should pump the brakes on some sugars today. Maybe we need to teach America about pumping the brakes on the pills that are killing their immune systems. Maybe we need to teach Americans how to pump the brakes on the on the back and forth stuff that we're going through. Maybe we need to tell our government to pump the brakes on this mass lockdown without knowing what to do. I've got ideas, and they're actually really simple. They're probably going to seem kind of silly at first, but when you sit back today and you do your 10 push-ups, because you need to be doing push-ups, because it helps your blood flow and it helps those lungs, you know, push things out. God's given us a system to go, Another good way to try to get things out of your lungs is to laugh. The more you laugh, lung exercises, because we're running away from a virus that a healthy body walks right through. So has the virus really overtaken mankind, or has mankind's systems gotten to a place to where something as low as a virus that shouldn't even be around, and other stuff that hadn't been around for a long time, now all of a sudden our immune systems are so low to that we're catching on to anything and it's killing everybody off. So what did the population, 60s and over, what did the healthcare system and everybody, let's look at what it did. It took a generation of buying pills from China, from India, and these pills created this bipolar state I've been talking about in all my videos. Because a pill in your bloodstream, we have a brain that is very dynamic. It has lots of different operations going on. And then you have a heart system and you have your lungs, and these things are supposed to do different kind of things. And when you try to fix something with just a pill in your mouth like that, without monitoring, without knowing, then it changes every system in your body. So that's kind of like I was saying, like, let's say you have a tire that's half flat and you can't go, the car doesn't want to operate the way it wants to, so you're not getting there as fast. So you're just going to push the gas pedal and forget about the air's out on the tire. That's exactly what a pill solution system does. And pills are good for catching people as they're falling. That needs to be here. Aces and eights, we're going to split what health is. But right now we only have a one-dimensional path, and I'm not doubting that path. It is what it is. It does help catch the dying, and it helps us give them one more chance to try to, that if we can save them from this virus, then maybe, dear God, maybe they'll get out of their houses and walk and exercise and change their diet and cheer for people and be joyful and get out and go to church. And maybe even tithe at church. Maybe cheer for your brethren. Maybe see how your neighbor's doing. Maybe you love your kid even though he is having a tough time. Maybe give to somebody that doesn't deserve it. You know, that's what these pills are doing. They're giving everybody one more chance. But what are you going to do with that one more chance? Because right now, America, right now, the world, look at what that chance has delivered us. In the world, pandemic. Why? Why? Because we're not doing anything until people start to die. Our bodies can handle so much. We're the greatest computers. I might need a little shade on my thing here. All right, there we go. We are the greatest computer systems, human animals. We have thumbs of anything on the entire planet. So hello, world, let's take this. Let's brag on ourselves for a minute, because we have the strongest systems of anything out here. So we can take a lot before it actually changes our behaviors. And it might change our behaviors a little bit, but we are an accepting generation. So Sally can act like a complete fool, but because we love, you know, because we got to love everybody and just put up with it. Sally's bad behavior 4.5 years later, now that she's on these pills, has her immune system down, and now Sally 4.5 years later comes through in corona. Why? Because her heart's not working the way it's supposed to. Her lungs aren't working the way they're supposed to. She hadn't been exercising the way she's supposed to. She's waiting on a Jesus pill to come through, waiting on a Jesus on a cross to miraculously somehow save your whole body, instead of activating what we've been given. And we can't stop. Task Force, GD Task Force, the grave digging task force, I salute y'all. I salute y'all. You're doing your best. You better get that equipment out and dig some big holes. Because there's two things about to happen. There's a bunch of people about to get buried. And then right after that, there's going to be a bunch of houses that the economy's going to bust. and there's going to be a lot of foreclosures, and then we're going to bring in a whole lot of trucks and stuff and rebuild stuff, and it's going to grow right back up, just like it always does. But if you don't want to be one of the people that's put in one of those holes, then I got some ideas coming up for you. And then for President Trump, sir, thanks for listening in. I have some offensive ideas. And this is going to seem, you're probably one of the few people on the absolute entire planet that when you hear what I'm offering and saying it here, I believe you're going to say, it's the best idea I've heard yet. So stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and do two things out of respect since the president and the White House are here. Let's teach the world. Colin Kaepernick, I salute your patriotism for standing up for your people, but we're all going to stand up, black, white, everybody, and we're going to change things a little bit so everyone is included, so that we all know that we have a way that will always stand together. And one of the ways is doing that is standing up, and we'll finish the Pledge of Allegiance or anything else like all people together. One nation, all colors, under God is how we're doing that. Sorry, I'd like to make that change. A few changes just to make people feel a little more inclusive, and we'll get America healthy very fast. So, I mean, whenever you want it to turn around, all you got to do is 1-844 Dr. Champ. All right. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to this republic for which we stand, one nation, one world, under God, indivisible, all colors, for liberty and justice for all. All right, I messed it up a little bit, but hey, I'm leading. It's part of leadership. Sometimes you say the wrong words, and that's why you got to get over the president. If he said a few wrong words, at least we're still here. We're still here. We have a lot of stuff we can do. All right, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this great time to be able to put an offensive approach to human health on earth. And I'm just thankful that you've given me the opportunity to bring this forward because it's fun. And I thank you for the person you've built me into and for all the trials and tribulations. And Lord, I just thank you that you've given me a heart that just loves, forgives, and offers all I got to the world the only way I know how to do it, and the way that you're showing me. In the way that when we can see what's inside of us, and when we can monitor our bodies and our minds, and then we can actually teach them how to be more like you and how to be more like what we want each other to be like, and there's technologies that can do that. Lord, I just want to thank you for the, overwhelming raise me up out of the grave while using the same things that I'm helping, accidentally work my way into helping solve most mental health issues and knowing how to dial that up for most everybody out here. But Lord, their ears are open, their eyes are looking, but they're not moving. So we're sitting here on lockdown, God, and I'm about to offer some solutions that you've downloaded to me that make perfect sense for this body that you gave us, not for what some lab in China gets to decide or some lab in India or Indiana or wherever. But God, through what you've given us naturally in this body, please help this message come through that when we put what you gave us back in this and keep doing that, then please let us know that that's the best way to run this human system, Lord. Help this message come through, help the money that has to be connected to it so that it makes financial sense, and help the people that are behind it not to look down upon it, but see it as not as taken away from what is here, but as to splitting and dividing and taking something to the future that you want this world and your people to do. You've called a time out on the world, and the faster they act, Lord, the faster we're healed. It's that simple. Please let them understand that. And I thank you for this message. I thank you for the sunshine. I thank you for my health. I thank you for all the amazingly strong, healthy people I'm seeing everywhere. I'm thanking you for the visions and everything that people are going to come out of this with. And I'm thanking you for the people out here working. God, thank you. Set us free. We are healed. In Jesus Christ's mighty name. Amen. All right. So here we go. Before the answers come, let's go ahead. Just check it in right here. All right. The children of God. 1 John, flip it to the right side and you want to get in the Bible. 1 John chapter 2, verse 28. The children of God. And now, little children, abide in him, that when he appears, we may have confidence and not be ashamed before him at his coming. If you know that he is righteous, you know that everyone who practices righteousness is born of him. That's huge. Let's say that again. If you know that he is righteous, you know that everyone who practices righteousness is born of him. So anybody not practicing righteousness is not born of him. Anyone holding, not looking forward and still looking back and trying to hold everything this way, that's the devil pulling y'all towards the past. God wants us to look forward. Little children, you're righteous, you're free. We just have to come up with better ideas of how to live. And little children out there, I'm asking for your support too. I love all of you. It wasn't that long ago that I was one of you, and I grew up in an America that's beautiful and wonderful, in a world that we can make a great impact, and we're not going to lose that. So, I love you, kids. If you know that he is righteous, you know that everyone who practices righteousness is born of him. Want to be born of him, children? Practice righteousness. Be good, be pure, but at the same time, don't walk in shame and guilt. It makes you unhealthy. And when you walk in a lifetime of shame and guilt, like our grandparents and great-grandparents have walked in, then it makes your system more viable to getting sick later in life. So start at a young age. When you walk around being mad at other people, or being too mad or too sad, either one, it leads to a life that starts to hurt your bodies. And then when colds and viruses and flus come in, your body's not ready to handle them. So God wants you to know, and I want you to know, that you are loved, you are precious, and you're fully capable at any point in time of anything in your life turning around to being just perfect. That if you keep trying and you keep dreaming, you will get to wherever you want to be. You're going to have ups and downs, but if you have faith, hope, and love, children, that's what righteousness is about. And you get to have faith in yourself, love in yourself, and hope in yourself. Faith in God, hope in God, and love in God. It's a beautiful thing. God wants you to know you're loved, and that's how you keep a healthy body too. But kids, you got to exercise, you got to love, you got to laugh, you got to dream, and you got to sing. It's nothing about being all sad and being all mad. Even if your parents are running around like that, go to your little quiet place, happy place, play with your toys. Use your imagination. In times of tough times, and we've all been through them, the way I was able to get through them in my life and the way I still do is I get by myself, kind of like I am now. And I use my imagination to get me through tough times. And you know what? It's really fun. It's actually more fun than sitting around being sad about it. It's more fun than wondering why there's so many people that are so mean, to wonder why that people don't want to go get healthy, to wonder why people just want to keep the same systems that have led us to this sad day. But listen, children, if you'll do what's healthy, and you'll do what's right, stay happy, stay loving, stay together, because you're the future. And right now we're about to possibly lose a generation, and that's okay. They're going up to heaven. We'll be up there one day. We'll see them again. So don't be too sad. Love and laugh. And during these next days, don't think about anybody leaving. Just be the prettiest, funniest, sweetest, kindest, most helpful people you can be to one another. Because that's what love is about. That's what life is about. It's not about running around about a virus. It's about running around being healthy. It's not running around pointing fingers at each other. It's running around wondering, how do we get people healthier? Healthy people are happy people. So children, your health is your future. Our parents and our grandparents have done so much for us, that have given us all this opportunity. But right now, the areas they've missed, that I don't want you to miss on. It's why I'm out here giving these messages. I don't want you to miss on these things. And for the parents of these kids, I need you guys to get behind me quickly. We've got to rise up, our generation. We don't have a voice. I don't know why I'm crying right now. It just came out. I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I'm healthy. Oh, thanks for tuning in. Whew. Ooh, wow. I accept. I'll cry a little bit. Look at these eyes right after crying. It's like wash off pain. It's all right. Cry and smile and laugh at the same time. If you're not laughing and you're not smiling right now, that puts your body in a state you're more likely going to get the disease. So laugh. Ha, ha, ha. Exercise those lungs. Ha, 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 ha. Laugh at home. Parents, have your kids laughing. They're exercising their lungs and making their hearts beat, and boom, boom, boom. Do some dancing at your house. Exercise. Get the lungs moving. Oh, if I can see right now. I love all of you. All right, so. Behold, what a manner of love the Father has bestowed on us. How about that? That we should be called children of God. You're called children of God, the one that created these cool trees, the one that created everything. We are his children, and he loves us. So he has not forsaken us and left us. What has happened is, as evolution goes, or as humans develop, as we used to not have cars, and then we had camels and horses and then bicycles, and now we have cars, and we had phones on walls, and now they're wireless. All these things that God teaches mankind as we use our skills to help one another. So he hasn't forsaken us. He loves us, and we're his children. So let's ask him for the answers, and he'll give them to us. Lots of times we'll do it by drawing and being creative and being silly. So sometimes you have to just get by yourself and just have some fun. Whew, that's a great message. It's the only way I made it. Whew. All right, be a leader. Here we go. All right. Behold, what a manner of love the Father has bestowed on us, that we should be called children of God. Therefore the world does not know us, because it did not know him. Beloved, now we are children of God. Now we are children of God, and it has not yet been revealed what we shall be. But we know that when he is revealed, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And everyone who has this hope in him purifies himself just as he is pure. So that hope in God purifies us. So if we don't want to be sick, then we need to purify ourselves. We need to make sure that we are exercising our lungs. We got to exercise. We got to get outside. Also, our skin is solar panels, and that mitochondria, when the sun hits our mitochondria, it makes it flush, flush, flush. So if coronavirus, let's say it come and stuck on your arm right here, right? Or let's say it got on your mouth somewhere. The sunshine that I'm getting right now is taking toxins that are anywhere on my lips, and it's making that part of my body regenerate. And it's winning those battles for me right now, because my heart is winning right now. Not saying I couldn't get it, I could. But if I do, I'm going to make it. Because I'm above that split line of falling off into death, the AD, the GD Task Force, the Grave Digging Task Force, the JC Task Force, the Jedi Civilization Task Force, the Jesus Champion Task Force is what we need. We have a divide of the past of what we're going to do. So let's take a turn and run it into the future. Part of this deal, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that when I'm finished with this, you'll be ready to put Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame, Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, and we'll talk about leadership from Arnold. Because if everyone would have done what Arnold did, not what Arnold said as governor, but what Arnold did as human, lifty weights, probably some steroids. But what a man! What an actor! Arnold, 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 Arnold. You know why he could do more than you? Because his body was doing more inside than yours was doing inside. His heart was pumping. His heart was bigger. His lungs could hold more capacity. His muscles had more to dilute things through from his strength and his body and the blood flow. By picking up lots of weights, by exercising, by eating right, children, by doing the things that Arnold did, not what Arnold said, but he was right about what he said. I'll be back. And you know why he came back? Because his system had some enhancements. So, JC Task Force. All right, President Trump. %, baseline, plus or minus 5% error. 80% of everyone who is about to catch this virus can be cured, missed, or can overcome it Honestly, by a few simple steps. By one, it's an immune overtaking, okay? So what are some ways to boost an immune system quickly? Now, these aren't long-term solutions, but these might be flu season solutions for America. If we start looking at things differently, if we do what Arnold did, not what Arnold said, then we be back. We be back next flu season, sir. So what I'm asking is this, is that if we can get everyone, especially people 60 and older, start with them, but we need to get them to their local hormone clinics or to their local doctors. And if we will give everyone testosterone or steroid boosters for the next 6 to 8 weeks, it will cut your death rate, your infection rate by 80% or more. Like that. Like that. Because if the virus is flying in like this and it's on a heart that's only beating like this, but a heart that beats like this will pump that virus out, then let's get the hearts to beating like that so that virus pumps out. Sir, yes, sir, I'm ready. Sir, yes, sir, I'm ready. I can show this inside of a body and defend it against everything. But what's happened, sir, is China's killed us. Maybe not on purpose, I don't know. It may have been Americans in China with the companies doing it. So who knows? I'm not even gonna say they did it on purpose. But that's not how. So if you wanna, instead of waiting till the people to get sick to die, let's get ahead of it. Let's get ahead of it. Everyone over 60, whether the president or the government does this or whatever, you need to go and get your hormones checked today. And if your doctors approve you for some steroids, then get on them. Because the more your blood is pumping over the next few weeks, and it's not gonna, make sure you're in the healthy zone. That's why you have the professionals at the doctor's offices that can walk you through it and test it. If you're in the Atlanta area, 1-844 Dr. Champ. My partners in my network have also vitamin infusions, but I don't want to get on the vitamin infusions yet because that's not enough. That's not enough. Sir, if we will pump up America, excuse me from crying, my nose is running. If we will pump up America and pump up the elderly and give Mr. Carson one more shot and everybody do a few push-ups while they're at the house, we'll be out of this in 2 weeks. We'll be out of this by Easter for sure. If everyone will go and get on a 6 to 8 week hormone cycle enhancer, which can be balanced and tested. Want to talk about tested? You want to test for the coronavirus? That's not what matters. What matters is, does your body have what it needs to operate? So let's go a little bit deeper. Dr. Fossey, he needs a shot himself. He's doing great, but his body's wearing out. I mean, my goodness, the man can only do so much. Y'all need some help up in there. But he needs a shot. Carson needs his tuned up a little bit. Pence, he's a beast, man. President, you're looking younger and younger every day, man. Sir, you don't change you're right in line. Good job. All right, so economic-wise, how are we going to do this? Because we got the people in China that save it, that the pills people. It's like fishing for the zombies, fishing for the dead. Here's a pill, maybe this will work, maybe this will work. But then why don't we take a healthy America and start looking at it? Because I think Major League Baseball did all of sports and the NFL. They didn't know what to do at the time, but the ban of steroids is ridiculous. And not just random steroids, sticking a needle in your butt and seeing how big you can get. But to be honest, if you don't overdo them, they make you into a healthier, higher immune system species. When less can be overtaken, and more, but not too much, but more can't be overtaken, then we need more of that. And we've talked about it through exercise and through these other things. But where we miss the beat is that, all right, let me see if I can explain this right. So in the inside, that's going to, like the fuel pumps, all right, that go up to feed the brain, the medicines make it go one way or another because it's trying to solve one problem, not trying to solve a matrix of problems. All right, so we're putting stuff in our blood system that drives this one way or drives this way, okay? And what we're not doing is just boosting the systems that can just go, oof, Oh, something in there bad? Squirt it out. Hit the gas a little bit. All right, so inside of us is testosterone, estrogen, serotonin, dopamine. So these kind of things, when they're off, and any of these medicines you're getting from China and India, and that y'all are all running to the hospital looking like ninjas running around, looking like people from the Middle East, and nothing wrong with it. I love everybody everywhere. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. And you're running around doing all these things. You're running from death. You need to run to health. And that's what this future look is. So economic-wise, what we have to look at is this medical pill system needs to switch, or we need two options, because what we need is everybody to know how to make sure, because when your testosterone fails with age or with the food or with just the chemicals we have so that we can grow food, or just the way life is. I'm not blaming pollution. I'm not blaming global warming. I'm not going to blame anybody. It's just the way it is. But it makes this human system the most important thing we have on this planet other than Jesus is our human bodies. Oh, wake up. Pow! And if you're not taking care of your human body, you're a threat. You're a threat to humanity. Now, we're not going to throw away our elderly like the GD task force is right now. They're not trying to do that. They just don't know what else to do. So they're going to dig big holes and throw people in them and cover them up. And then we're going to get their homes and we're going to reboot the economy and we're going to move on. And I'm not mad at them. That's all they know until now. We need to reboot the immune system of Americans, sir. It sounds silly, but if we can get everybody, especially the elderly, immune boosters. So first thing is you need to get on some kind of steroid intake. If this is a war and the enemy's attack on us, we're not strong enough to defend, and since y'all like shots and injections and immunization so much, then pop. Now don't do it on your own. Go to the clinics, and if you're in the Atlanta area, call me, but this isn't a sales pitch. This is a reality check. If you want to live and you're an elderly person, you need to, when you see this video today, you need to call immediately, start looking at hormone replacements. And no, you don't have to call your MD, but if you're on pills and all this, you need to check in with them. But you want an immune booster, don't ask if it's going to be good for you. Say, I'm going to do this. Is this safe? Not, should I do this? You need to take care of your body because his job is to give you pills. It's not that he's wrong, but he's the one that can say, yeah, you know what? When you get the flu and they don't know what to give you, they give you a steroid shot. You know what? You get better quick. So instead of waiting until you get this thing, just get one. And no, you don't stay on it year round. But sir, think about this. I know Major League Baseball and the home run people, but you know what? They were healthier humans. They were just healthier. So what? Bring it on. I mean, bring it on for real. They're just healthier humans. Like Pete Rose, he's a little bit of a gambler. My God, we have scratch-off tickets at every gas station in America, and we ain't going to let one of the greatest baseball players of all time, a straight hustler, Pete Rose, who cares he gambled on baseball? He probably had a few concussions. You know, maybe those concussions led to him having a bad decision down the road betting on baseball. Let's cut him a break, man. How about Mark McGwire? Barry Bonds, Hall of Fame immediately, because what you guys don't understand, and also concussion too, Will Smith. You're looking at the wrong thing. NFL, PA, Roger. The things you're banning from your people are the way that you can heal concussions, but that'll come up tomorrow, one of the next few days. So we'll get back to this story, which is health right now. So you need to go get your hormones and steroid boosters. This is what I'm suggesting. It's the best way to. It's an offensive move. Quit fighting defense. And sir, if you want to win this race, get steroids in everybody quick. Put it in the water if you don't want to tell everybody about it or something. I mean, don't do that. But no, because they got to be measured. They got to be. So if we protect ourselves, first we got to detect. What are your hormone levels? If you don't know, then pretty soon you're going to have an issue. And then you're going to go and you're going to get a pill, and that pill's going to give you more issues while trying to take care of one issue. Because something in your bloodstream, unless it's something that's natural, like testosterone is natural in humans, and people with a lot of testosterone have good immune systems. Now, if you do too much, your heart will blow out of your chest and you'll die. But when you have the right amount, you're supposed to. And when testosterone goes down, health goes down. So everybody whose health is down, who has, what do they call it, pre-existing conditions, then it's because your immune system was down. So most likely your testosterone had fallen, something else had fallen, and then your heart started not working right, and then your lungs started not working right, and then you got a stroke, and then you got a this. But before that, what happened was a failure to stay healthy. I think this coronavirus is one of the most exact same things. So, sir, with that $1,200, send everybody a free pass to go get a 6-week steroid regimen. Dude, you'll be the greatest, like, it'll be the most coolest thing ever. You can put all the players back on the court, give them a little bit too. We'll let Russia back into the Olympics because honestly, part of the reason they probably don't have, that they're stronger than us right now, so they're probably doing a lot of the steroids over there. So what? They're healthy. They're strong. And we have a weak America right now. So the quick turnaround, sir, is to pump them up. Secondary. Everybody, if you're worried about if the toxin's in you, vitamin flushes, anything, flushes, detox. But vitamin flushes is another good way to reboot your system, reboot it. But you got to use the machine that we got. Like if your car, you're out of oil, out of your car you add oil. Sir, immune systems that are weak are out of testosterone usually. Unless there's just a total organ defect, all right? But they're probably not in this conversation. But when the systems are going like this focus and action, oh, this is where testosterone shows up. This is beta. It's called focus. That's how people go to work. We want people to go to work, pump them up. Don't pill them. I mean, if they get sick, they're heading that way. You got to pill them to stop it. Like, that's like sending in, like, the military forces. So since this is a war, and it is a war on our bodies and on mankind, if it were a war, a real war out in public with bombs and missiles, sir, would we just send the medics in? That's all we're doing right now in this war. All you've done is sent the medics in. We haven't sent any boom, how to help the people. Boom. Steroid boosters. Change the whole thing around. And sir, if you think about this, the old food charts, since we can't just expect people to be healthy right now, then what we should look at doing is, since the flu and these cold and viruses swing through twice a year as the birds migrate, quite a coincidence. And also, just because we don't know chemical warfare, but at the same time, we can't stay on stuff like hormone boosters and testosterone and stuff like that year round. So what I'm suggesting to America and to the World Health Organization right now, if you think about this, if every winter or fall, at the end of the fall, everybody went right before all that flu season comes in, everybody went on a 6 to 8 week safe, measurable, quickly measurable, pee in a cup measurable steroid booster as the enemy comes into our lungs and our hearts, and then, over time, then, next thing we know, we're not living as long. Next thing you know, GD Task Force shows up, the grave digging task force. And they looking healthy, but they looking scared. Sir, it's time to pump them up, man. Seriously. So each winter and each fall, sir, on the new way to look at things is, you got to get your hormones checked, America. Healthcare system. You want healthier people? You want to drop the healthcare costs? Have healthier people. So these are options that can be positive cash only options, things that you don't want the healthcare people to run, but you want them to invest in. Okay? And for the healthcare industry out there, this is that bull market option. Bear market is where we are now with the bear pooping in the woods. But in a bull market, what we want is healthy people, okay? And we're about to have a lot of people gone So that means we're going to need a whole nother workforce to step up. And the way to protect this workforce and the way to do that is to make sure our systems, it's number one right here. It's not number one, the coronavirus. Number one is your life. Number one is human life. Number one is your health. Number one is your temple. Number one is what you're eating. Number one is, are you drinking enough water? Number one is, are you eating your veggies, American grown veggies, to make sure they're better? Are you are you exercising? Sir, you want people to get better? Give them this testosterone booster, vitamin flush, and everybody has to walk 1 to 3 miles every day who is capable of walking. Every single day, 1 to 3 miles outside by themselves, social distancing. They can wear their ninja mask if they want. Everybody needs to double their water intake because that's how you flush out toxins. They dilute with more water in there. That's also how we feed our cells to where it doesn't get caught on there. It can flush off. So testosterone boosters or steroid boosters, vitamin flushes, double your water or walk 1 to 3 miles a week or a day. Double your water intake and heat your body up. Because your body, when it gets this thing, it wants to give you a temperature. Why? Because your body knows that raising the temperature helps flush things out. So instead of being all ninja-fied up in here, get out and raise your body temperature. Y'all ready to get up? This message is dope. So, sir, every year, if we want to start winning forever, this is why both of us are going on Snow Mountain instead of just you. Because if we want America to be amazing, and for us to never have to worry about these flu epidemics, at least for a long, long time, then every flu season, fall and winter, we need to allot 6 to 8 weeks of hormone boosters because Earth makes us weak. So a good God or a good leader would provide what we're missing while we're weak, right? That's what we're missing. So we're looking at it all on the outside being like, oh, look at all the people dying. GD task forces are like, I'm digging up groans, I'm digging up bones, digging up bones, digging up bones. And CHAMPvinchi task force says, look, I have everybody back to playing basketball in April. I have 80% of your problems solved by June. We'll have baseball and spring sports and all the kids getting to graduate. So right now, all the dreams and all things that are good and healthy and let's go and our economy and our future is all tied up in the GD task force, the grave digging task force. And not because I don't like them. I love those guys. I love them. But God's given me these ideas. And I know you're listening. But it's time to move. President Trump, it's on you, man. And it's on me. Shake my hand. We'll both take testosterone boosters while we do it. We'll do a few push-ups together, sir. We need people to exercise. We need lungs to be pumping. We need blood to be pumping. We need the right hormone assistance by what? The systematic takedown. You've heard people complain about the food. You have a nutritional people there. Education. People can't focus if they don't have the right testosterone. Health problems. We'll talk about the NFL soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Sir, the pills, and it's okay to have pills. It's okay. It's okay. But what the pills do to us, we have to replenish. What that bug is going to keep coming back in 2021, 2022, then at that point, I'm also going to have more solutions to these. These aren't just, but that right there, sir, that's how you turn this around. You get America back to work, man. If a better immune, what's the quickest way to improve an immune system? Ask any doctor out there. Doesn't work, come back a week later, 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. We'll be the first workforce back, healthiest people running back to work. Especially if you measure it. I mean, any negative results from it are going to be way less than the negative results. We're going to start winning the battle. Right now, the GD task force, they're going to start being like this. They're going to order all these caskets, and all of a sudden, we're not going to need as many. And that's a good problem to have, you know. So we'll send them to the cartels, and they can move. I'm just kidding. Forgive me, guys. All right. Y'all know what time it is. Time to get pumped up because it's just a tisket. Give me my basket. Woozy got up in that basket. Pump, pump, Jensen up. Pump, pump, Jensen up. Jensen, I want to see you doing some push-ups, man. I want to see that hair get some dye in it too, man. Don't come back out of, you don't come back out of the grave with grave clothes on. Don't come up out of this grave with that grave hair on, man. Come on, come on. Who's in Jensen's basket? Who's in Jensen's basket? You don't know. I don't know. I might have a clue. Oh yeah, got to show y'all. All right, I'll try not to cover it up today. Boy, I did a terrible job of that last time. Sorry about yesterday. My thumb was in the way, but it was still good. Oh my gosh, gents. Everybody look. In the cannabinoid pastor. Franklin, America's pastor. Oh, you can't see me yet, can you? I mean, it's kind of hard to do. I sure could use someone assistant. All right, well, who you got in here today? Oh, you're right, we didn't make animal noises. Yeah, that's because we had the bass dropping in here. We having a good time. I heard everything you said, man. We dancing, singing, everything we can up here in the basket. So who'd you got? Well, man, I know you didn't get to enjoy your birthday like you did, so I invited some of your friends. Oh my gosh, he actually let some of my friends show up? That's a shock. Oh, man. Oh, man, who could it be? Oh, my gosh, my best friend, Courtney. Ah, my best friend, Courtney and her friends. Oh, my gosh, Pastor Franklin. Well, man, you said getting out here and getting some sunshine will make things flush out. And, you know, loneliness ain't no way to be. You know, I've got a family, but they're all evangelists out there like you. They're just out there, you know. I mean, look at your work, man. I'm proud of you, son. You different. You different. You pull up to the scene with the ceiling mission, son. I mean, your friends, they so sweet. They so sweet. They might need a few more clothes on, but I'm just saying they're trying to stay healthy in the time of the corona, lungs full of pneumonia. I like that rhyme, son. Boy, that might preach one day. Oh, you better believe it. Sorry, but we got to get everybody back to the church. I'm bored. And you're in a basket. And you can't get back to church till you get out of this basket. So another couple days in the basket, maybe one more day, and we'll let you out of there. But we got to get back to church, sir. We got to pump them up. Do you agree, girls? Yeah. We love CHAMPvinchi. He's the sweetest thing. He's the nicest man ever. And you know what? That boy can eat. We cooked him some crab legs and oysters. And you know what? He is such a gentleman. He talks about you a lot, Pastor Franklin, so we're so glad you invited us into your basket. But to be honest, sir, you're kind of in that age bracket where you're kind of a threat to society. You're not quite there, but, you know, for now, we got to go. In the party going on around here, a lit celebration to last through all the years. So bring your good time and your sisters too. We're gonna celebrate Vinci's party with you. Come on now, Vinci's party. One word, lit. That's right, that's right. Man, he is such a good sport. Look at him in there, still chilling with the endocannabinoid system. You know, ever since you start chilling with the endocannabinoid system, people that don't like hypocrisy in the Christian church and don't like, all of a sudden they do, and come to find out people that aren't hypocritical like that are actually super sweet. Like when my friends showed up for my God-given surprise birthday party yesterday, and it was a rescue mission because they were around people they thought might be infected, so they found a savage white guy like me, and everybody knows that that's what you do. If you're in trouble and there's an epidemic, grab your token savage white guy. We'll survive. Just some good old boys. Never meaning no harm. Beat all you ever saw. Been in trouble with the law since the day we was born. Hey, America, get out there and pump it up. You want to beat something that's killing weak immune systems? Have a stronger immune system. President, GD Task Force, keep digging them graves, but the sooner you get me in there, I will organize something. We'll turn this thing around like you've never seen before. It's not a difficult decision on how to turn this around, honestly. More ideas to come, but I love you guys too. Have a great day. Pump it up.